You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, let's talk about Sunday Night Football, where the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Detroit Lions at home. Now, the Chiefs have been off to a slow start. They came into the game 2-3 on the season, and the Lions came in 4-1. Now, the game being at Kansas City, Kansas City actually did pull it out to go to 3-3. Now, in the first half, man, the Lions actually had it going. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they also led at halftime, but the final score ended up being 30-17, a Chiefs victory. Now, Patrick Mahomes, man, he started to get it going. He's starting to look like the Patrick Mahomes from a couple of years ago. I mean, last season, guys, was not a great season whatsoever for Mahomes, and he was kind of off to a slow start, but now they're starting to get it going a little bit. But anyway, that brings us to the Lions, guys. Brian Branch, who's a Pro Bowler for the Lions, this man thought it was a good idea to slap JuJu Smith-Schuster at the end of the game. And both teams, they're like shaking hands and everything. But Brian Branch said, nah, I don't want any of that. And he slapped JuJu Smith-Schuster. Also, by the way, I believe he also kind of dissed Patrick Mahomes too. Mahomes went up to him, tried to, do the dab and all that. He wasn't having any of that. And I believe, folks, that Brian Branch is looking at a suspension, guys, because this man started a brawl. Game's over with. It's over. You lost. Deal with it. But let's go ahead and get into this, guys. Here we go. Right over here. Lions Brian Branch hits JuJu Smith-Schuster in closing seconds of Sunday Night Football. Detroit Lions defensive back Brian Branch was in no mood for handshakes to close his team's Sunday night game against the Kansas City Chiefs. A final Patrick Mahomes kneel down put the Chiefs seconds away from securing a 30-17 win over the Lions at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. Players from both sides began exchanging pleasantries as the game clock neared zero. Mahomes tried to dab up Branch, who had immediately crossed over to the Chiefs' side. However, the Lions Pro Bowler completely ignored the Chiefs quarterback and instead walked straight towards JuJu Smith-Schuster. Branch struck Smith-Schuster with an open palm. Yeah, open palm, guys, and sent the Chiefs wide receiver to the ground. Now, guys, we know, man, that these players are not going to hurt each other. They wear helmets and everything like that. This isn't like the NBA, where NBA players have no protection. But let's watch this clip, guys. Here we go. So there's no sound right here. So right here, right there, handshake, right there, coming up. But he's not having any of that. So watch. Bam. Branch just smacks JuJu Smith-Schuster in the face. And he goes down. Now, was that some acting in that? Let's see if there's a little bit of acting in that. Yeah, I believe there's a little bit of acting right there. Just a little bit. But he gets up, man, and they're going at it. They're going at it. He's surrounded by a whole bunch of Chiefs players and down to the ground. Yeah. Anyway, back over here. After getting back to his feet, Smith-Schuster charged at Branch and got entangled with the Lions safety. Players from both sides had to get involved to de-escalate the situation. And we do have a bigger clip right here. Not going to play the whole thing. I don't even think there's any sound with this. So there's Mahomes there for the kneel down. Kneels down. And then we're going to get over here. And right up here, guys. Right there, you can see a wide angle of this. And he just smacks him. Just smacks him right there. Then he goes down. Then they're like rushing back and everything. And then you just see a whole bunch of players, folks, from both teams. A huge pile right there. Yeah. A huge pile of players right there, folks. I'm thinking, man, he's probably going to get suspended. He's probably going to get suspended. I don't think there's any question about that whatsoever. I really don't. Mahomes was asked about the scuffle during his post-game interview. Quote, "We played a game in between the whistles," Mahomes said. "They can do all the extracurricular stuff they want to do, but we played a game in between the whistles. The NFL will likely look at punishing Branch with a hefty fine and possible suspension. I think he may actually get a game for that." But I do think JuJu Smith-Schuster also did some acting by falling on the ground. Maybe he realized real quick, whoa, I got hit. Let's get him in more trouble. And then he just went down. He went down. So I do believe, man, the NFL is going to go after Branch. No doubt, 1,000% he's going to get a fine. I would give it a good 70% chance, that he actually ends up getting suspended. I think it'll be just a game. I really do. I think it'll be just one game. I mean, was there some other stuff actually said on the field that actually caused him to lose it, or was he just upset about the loss? Not really sure. But I think he's definitely going to get fined. And no doubt about it that JuJu Smith-Schuster was definitely caught off guard, I believe. He had his hand out, ready to dab up, hey, good game and all that. But Brian Branch's like, nah, I'm not having any of that. Just smacks him across the face. I mean, it's a regular season game. I mean, losing in Kansas City is not an easy place to play. Really not. Even though I believe the Chiefs are definitely down this season, they're inconsistent. But still, it's still Kansas City. These guys have been to, 5 Super Bowls. They know how to win. I do believe they're going to end up making the playoffs. But, Kansas City definitely has some problems. But still, they have a winning mentality. They know how to win. Mahomes knows how to win. Those guys have won 3 Super Bowls. They know. So I don't believe that Kansas City is going to stay down for long. Are they as good as last year? I don't think so. I don't. But the Lions had high expectations last season because I actually picked them to go to the Super Bowl, and then they got injured and they flamed out in their first playoff game. But there you have it, guys. What do you guys think is going to happen to Brian Branch? Is he going to get suspended? I suspect that he will. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.